U.S. launches strikes inside Iran. Iran threatens U.S. bases in region. Middle East on edge. Risk of wider war grows. Welcome to Preppers News. News and current events with a prepper's perspective. This video uses a computer-generated voice due to an injury that makes my own voice hard to understand. Today, we're bringing you an update following U.S. airstrikes inside Iran. Tehran is now threatening retaliation against American military targets in the region, raising the risk of a direct confrontation between Iran and the United States. This update follows on from our recent coverage of rising tensions between Israel, Iran, and now the U.S. In the early hours of June 22nd, U.S. military forces carried out a direct strike inside Iran for the first time since this conflict began. According to multiple sources, the strikes targeted Iranian nuclear facilities at Fordo, Isfahan, and Natanz. The operation involved a coordinated assault using long-range Tomahawk missiles launched from U.S. Navy submarines in the Persian Gulf, alongside stealth B-2 bombers flown from bases in the U.S. The strikes were described as limited but highly targeted, with the intention of disabling Iran's nuclear infrastructure without provoking a full-scale war. This comes just days after Israeli strikes reportedly killed several high-ranking Iranian military commanders. Iran had vowed retaliation, and tensions remain extremely high. The United States had previously warned Iran against escalating the conflict further. These strikes represent a major escalation and a clear message from Washington that Iranian support for proxy groups and threats to regional security will not be tolerated. While official casualty figures have not been released, regional sources indicate significant damage to the targeted facilities. Iran has acknowledged the attacks, but claims its air defenses intercepted some of the incoming missiles. The accuracy of those claims remains uncertain. This marks a turning point in the war, with U.S. forces now actively striking targets within Iran's borders. The potential for broader conflict is increasing rapidly. With the U.S. now directly involved, the conflict between Israel and Iran has entered a much more dangerous phase. Iran has vowed retaliation for the American strikes and could target U.S. bases, warships, or diplomatic facilities across the Middle East. Many analysts believe asymmetric attacks using proxies, like Hezbollah in Lebanon or militia groups in Iraq and Syria, are the most likely form of response. The possibility of cyber attacks has also been raised, especially against American infrastructure or military systems. While a direct Iranian missile strike on a U.S. target is still considered unlikely, it can't be ruled out entirely. U.S. forces in the region remain on high alert, and additional naval assets are reportedly being repositioned to strengthen defense capabilities. Israel, for its part, has not slowed its operations and may interpret U.S. involvement as a green light to continue or escalate its campaign. The risk of a broader regional war, drawing in Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, and even Gulf states, is growing by the day. For now, all eyes are on Iran's next move. The coming days will be critical in determining whether this conflict can be contained or if it will expand into something far more dangerous. The Middle East is once again on the brink, but this time with the added risk of direct confrontation between Iran and the United States. What began as Israeli airstrikes on Iranian military infrastructure has now escalated into something much bigger. The next 48 hours will be key to understanding how far Iran is willing to go in its retaliation, and whether this turns into a much wider conflict. Thanks for watching. If you found this update helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss future reports. And check out our website for more updates, the links in the description. Stay alert and stay prepared.